Hey everyone. So today we will be learning about the basics of data science. Okay. In this course, we will be learning all about the data science, all the prerequisites that are required for this course. But the first thing that we should know is the basics of the data science. Okay. Whatever courses you will be seeing on the internet or the Udemy, all those courses they don't deal about the basics. Okay, they pre-assume that you know the basics, and the basics that I'm talking about are the some general knowledge that you should know. So for that, the first thing that you should know, as you can see on the screen too, is the branches of statistics. Okay, for data science, the concepts of statistics must be very clear. Okay, you should be very clear headed whenever all these basics concepts or or some more advanced concepts that we will be seeing in the course will be discussed. Okay, so for all those advanced concepts, as everyone knows that the basic building blocks, that it should be really very much clear. So let's start. Okay, before learning or jumping right into the statistics, we should know what are different types of statistics, or in other words, we can say that how many branches are there for statistics. So there are two branches of statistics. The first one is this descriptive statistics, and the second one is the inferential statistics. Okay, when we talk about the descriptive statistics are generally those that branch of statistic where a large set of data is given to you, and based on that data you have to analysis of that data. Okay, you don't have to predict something, or you don't have to do future predictions. In other words, you can say that all you have to do in the descriptive stats is that analyze the data. That's it. In the data itself, the solution to that problem statement will be given itself in the data set. Okay, for example, let's take an example. Suppose you are given a data set of students. Okay, there are 50 students, and on those 50 students a survey is done asking them which language is better, C or C++. Okay, based on the students have replied their answer either as C or C++. Okay, based on their responses, the teacher comes to the conclusion that majority of the students like C++. So the teacher concludes that C++ is an easy language. Okay, so here, as you can see that in the whatever I have said right now, in the data set you can see we were given 50 students. Okay, and on those 50 students, based on their responses, the teacher concluded whether C or C++ is an easy. Among both of them, which one is easy? The teacher predicted based on the responses given by the students. Okay, so that was descriptive statistic does. Okay, here if I say that based on the responses of 50 students, the teacher wants to predict the whole student in the world thinks that C++ is an easy language. When in this case we are based on the responses given by the 50 students, we are trying to predict whether all the students in the entire globe thinks that C++ is an easy language or not. Okay, so this second case where we are trying to predict for the students in the entire world, we are talking about the inferential statistics. The first case where the 50 students have given the data, and we are analyzing their responses and giving that these among these 50 students, since the majority have chosen C++, so C++ is an easy language. This was the part of descriptive statistics. But based on the responses of 50 students, we are trying to predict whether the students in the entire world believe that C++ is an easy language. This is something what comes under the inferential statistics. Okay, in the inferential statistics, we try to analyze the possibility or chances, okay, whether it's possible or not, or we are trying to predict future events, or we are trying to predict something for a larger community based on the data collected from a smaller community. Okay, here when I'm talking about the smaller or larger community, for the test case which I have taken of the 50 students, these 50 students will be the smaller community, and since we are trying to predict the for all the students in the entire globe, that all the students would be considered as majority community for my example. Okay, and so whenever we are trying to do certain kind of predictions, or we are trying to check the possibilities or the probability, then we are talking about the inferential statistics. Okay, when we are trying to examine the data, okay, then we are trying to summarize the data, okay, then we are talking about descriptive statistics. Now in the descriptive statistics, it's really not meaningful to find mean, median, or mode, etc. But when we are talking about the inferential statistics, we can perform mathematical operations like mean, median, mode, or standard deviations. We will be learning all these, what are these, how we are going to differentiate among them, how we are going to apply it on the statistics. We will learn all these in the later part of the courses. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Since we have talked about the descriptive and inferential statistics, let me give you a little detail about population data and sample data. Okay, I'll be just telling you what is the population or the sample data. Okay, whenever we are trying to divide the statistics in the two branches, that is descriptive or inferential, these two terms, that is population data and the sample data, is something that you will hear quite frequently. Okay, so in terms of size, we can say that there are two types of data set in statistics. The first one is population data and the second one is the sample data. If you remember the example which I have told you right now, that 50 student smaller community and the larger community, the better term to say that would be the population data or the sample data. Okay, now population data is all that data, entire data set collections. Okay, whatever we are trying to predict, whatever we have collected data from, all those data, all those data sets combinedly comes under the population data. Okay, and sample data is nothing, it's just a subset of population data. That's very true. And other, if we are given a problem statement and we are trying to collect data from the data sources, then all those data sources for which we are collecting data from are known as sample data in very simple term. Okay, for example, I have taken the example of 50 students, and we were trying to predict the value for the entire community in the world of entire community of students in the world. Then our population data in that case will be the students in the whole world. Okay, and our sample data would be that 50 students from which we have taken the survey. Okay, I think it's pretty much clear that what is population data and the sample data. Okay, Based on the sample data, we predict the trends in the entire population. Okay, so we have collected the sample data of 50 students, and we have collected the sample data from 50 students, and based on these data set provided by the 50 students, we are predicting for the students in the whole world whether they like C++ or C. Okay, so that's it for today. In the next session we will be learning some more concepts of the basics in the statistics. Okay, thank you very much, stay tuned.